Hey, everybody. James, Derek King, Gary, Russell. Man, everybody came in all at once. Thanks for stopping by our Wednesday Night Live. Appreciate y'all. James, I hope it's warm down in Louisiana. I'm sure it is. It's actually warm in Virginia for a change. I got to do some fishing today. Russell, how are you? Derek King, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I'm sure you had some pretty good weather. Brian Green, thanks for stopping by. I thought I'd see you on the lake today, but obviously not. Marty, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Good to see you as well. It was a warm day. I fished a long time today. Didn't do all that great. Caught some fish, but it was slow. Slow. I'm hoping tomorrow will be a lot better. I'm sure it will be. So, Brian, you're out on Lunga. Was it slow on Lunga? Because it was slow on Mooney. Everything was sucked down the bottom. I caught a few on a jig. You know how you can catch a few here and there. That's what all I did. Robert Martinez, thanks for stopping in. And we have, by the way, we'll talk a little bit about this Southern Big Bass tournament coming up. I got a lot of people signed up, which is a good thing. It's every year we get bigger. We're bigger again this year, which is good. You caught quite a few, Brian. Biggest was 4. I had one about 4 or 5 that got off right at the boat, but all mine were just 2-pounders, 14, 12, and just chunkers. Howdy, Nathan. Thanks for stopping in. I seen your video where you and John caught some fish down in Florida. I hope you had a great time. As you're probably well aware, anytime you get on a boat with John, you're going to be entertained. So I'm glad you caught some fish down there. It's a pretty good video he put out. So Ryan McKinley, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you as well. So like I was saying there, we got probably, I'll just tell you how many I've got right now. Wrong document there. I have Joseph Boston, doesn't count because he's in Ohio. We have 302 people registered in the Southern Big Bass tournament right now. Hey, Ted, thanks for stopping in. 302. And I think we got over 100. And we're just starting, by the way. Usually I get a flood of people in the last 3 weeks, which are coming down the last 3 weeks now. But we probably got over 100 registered for the Northern Big Bass as well. So it's been a lot of people been registering. That's great. As you all know, we got a lot more prizes this year, so it's all coming together good. And I'm excited. I can't run it too soon, but we got a new sponsor that wants to throw some prizes in as well. I'm working out the details on that. Different stuff. Stuff all fishermen want, but it's not tackle. It's I'll just say it this way. It's in the clothing line. So it looks like we're going to get a clothing sponsor that wants to throw some gift cards and some things out for our tournaments as well. So it's can't mention the name yet because we haven't finalized everything. But like it that we're growing, and like it that lots of sponsors want to give all of our fishermen things because that's what it's all about. It's what I try to keep this free and give back to all you guys. Because I honestly, you probably do know this or you don't know this. I don't make a penny off this. I just do this for fun because I enjoy putting on these tournaments and stuff. So, Soul Fisher, are you okay? I know who you are. Now I see your picture. Thanks for stopping in. I just, for a lot of you, I for some reason I wasn't on Instagram. I had an Instagram handle, but I don't know what happened. It never got populated. I just fixed that. Thanks to Spaceman out in Washington. He goes, man, you got to get this fixed. And I did. And I got a lot more folks following me on Instagram and popping over on Facebook and things of that nature. So I know a lot of you are on YouTube and a lot of you are on Facebook and at different handles. So it's all good. Kenneth, I do have you in the I do have you in the Northern Big Bass. 18 inches of ice. I'm sure the ice will be out before the Big Bass tournament comes in. If you just popped in, we've already got over 100 folks registered for the Northern Big Bass, which is awesome. A lot of folks from Pennsylvania, a lot of folks from Ohio, Rhode Island. Usually I don't get all the states, but I was just looking, which is just kind of crazy. I have Idaho, I've got Rhode Island, I've got Vermont, I even got Maine. I got several folks in Maine, Montana. It's kind of interesting. Got a lot of folks from all over the United States, especially in the Northern Big Bass, and pretty much every state in the Southern. A lot. By the way, Kenneth, I probably got, I don't know if it's a whole town of fishermen, but like 20 folks from New York, Southern something, New York, registered for the tournament. So a lot from New York. I'm sure if you're passing the word, that's thank you very much. Hey, Mike, Dad Live Fishing Adventures from Indiana. Thanks for stopping in. I'm sure you're already signed up as always. Brian Lunga was frozen over 2 days ago. I thought I seen Nathan say it was frozen. Wow. What was the water temperature today, Brian? There it was 40. I was up to 43 in the afternoon on Mooney. It's not. It wasn't, like I said, I caught fish, but I had to work for it. They weren't chasing today. They were not chasing. 38. It was 43 on Mooney. Yeah, Mike, I seen you've been ice fishing. You and your son, that's awesome. Nate says they rolled in and went to Mooney. Did you catch any fish on Mooney, Nate? So I seen quite a few fishermen today because there's a tournament on Mooney on Friday. I can't fish it for several reasons. Primarily, I found out I have a 48 volt motor on the back of my boat, and they only allow 36 volts. So I'm not able to fish it. Skunked. Nate, man. I've had some. Matter of fact, the day you and I fished on Mooney in the summer was slow. But I've not had a skunk day. Today was a slow day. I probably caught 10 all day. But yeah. So Ryan McKinley, good question. What's the payout for the Southern Tournament? Great question. I'm glad you asked it because it depends. So if you just win it straight out and you're an Omnia Pro member, it's $250. If you are an Omnia Pro member, which if you're not, if you are good, if not, scrolling across the bottom, there's a discount code to save you $10 to be an Omnia Pro member. Costs you $30 for a subscription. It's $550. If you win it and you're the top pay Omnia Pro member, it's $550. You get an additional $300. Now, something, Ryan, on top of that, say you come in third place, which is $100, and you're the highest ranked Omnia Pro member, you still get $300. So you could get $400 for third place. So if the highest ranked Omnia Pro member gets an additional $300 added to their total, so you have the opportunity to win up to $550 for first place. And if you're the top Omnia Pro member, if you win first and you're Omnia Pro, you're gonna win $550. If you're not an Omnia Pro member, you choose not to, and you don't have to. It's $250. So payouts this year are $250, $125. Don't quote me on that. $75, $50, $25. So we're paying out the top 5 this year. So Nate saying it's brutal, cold. Couldn't buy it. It was pretty cold this morning when I started, but yeah, it was like I said, it was tough. Nick Kenneth said he joined Omnia Pro and using the heck out of the maps. Yes, the maps. It costs you $30 after the discount, but just the shipping and the discounts, free shipping on anything, like you buy a pack of hooks, like I do crap all the time. It's like Amazon Prime in a sense for fishing. All your shipping's free. I use the heck out of the maps and the water temperature and all the other features, the weather part of it. I mean, I utilize it. I get my $30 worth out of it easily, and the 10% back comes in really good. And he says, where do I sign up for a membership? Go to omniafishing.com/pro. omniafishing.com/pro to sign up. And again, use that discount code SFO Pro, and it's 20% off. I forgot what the number is, but it's 20% off with that discount code. So there you go. I don't know. Like I said, I've seen quite a few fishermen, locals today that are fishing in that tournament on Saturday. The 3 boats that I talked to today, they skunked as well on Mooney. So that was kind of interesting. And one guy's like, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back for the tournament if I skunk. So it's like, it's going to get warmer. So that's part of the game. You know, this time of year, you got, you know, in my opinion, and everybody has their own fishing style, but I fish both. I fish the whole water column. And today I caught fish at 30 feet of water, and I caught fish in 2 foot of water. In the wintertime, it's hit or miss, right? It's just, you got to get out there and sling your arm off. There you go, Gary. Thanks for bringing that up. Gary says you have to be an Omnia Pro prior to the tourney. That is correct, Gary. Thank you so much. Part of the rules is you have to be signed up as an Omnia Pro member before the start date of the tournament. So you have to sign up before the tournament starts to be eligible for that additional benefits, the $300. And you know what? James from Cranking and Yanking, I seen his Omnia. He did an Omnia unboxing the other day. Yeah, I mean, they do some good deals. Now, I will tell you, James, thanks for bringing that up. And I did watch your unboxing video the other day on your YouTube channel. If you ain't following James, go follow James from Cranking and Yanking. You got to get on those deals quick because they sell out real fast, and they do have some good deals. Hey, Lewis, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I've got you signed up, buddy. I don't know what kind of fish you got held over here. That's a redfish. That's a big redfish. So glad we got you signed in. So yeah, if you get on those Omni deals, you got to be fast because they sell out really, 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 really quick. So I'm just because I forgot, in case anybody wants to jump up in here, you put that invite. If you want to join me up here, please just click on that link and I'll bring you up and you can join me in the chat. Brian says, when's the Shockwave coming? Great question, Brian. Gosh, I can't think of his name. Matt Downs at Trick Tins. He's working on it. He did call me and say he had another boat that he slipped in front of me because they needed it ASAP. I was like, I'm not in a hurry, but I'm hoping late spring. He's cutting on it right now. If you're following his YouTube channel, I think you'll start seeing not next week. Next week he's got part 2 of the build that he's doing. So maybe 2 weeks you'll start to see the Shockwave being built on his YouTube channel. He's been working on it for about a month, 3 weeks, but he's way behind on what he puts out. So I'm hoping by the late spring, Brian. I knew it was going to take longer than I thought, but I'm looking forward to it, and he's working on it now. So for those of you who don't know what Shockwave is, I bought a new boat. Right now I fish out a 16-foot low, 60-inch wide that I've got decked out. Like Russell from RWA Fishing's fished with me on it, and Gary's fished with me on it. Nate Cross has fished with me on it. But I'm having a well-built boat, customized and basically decked out like a bass boat, aluminum boat decked out like a bass boat with all rod lockers and all the storage built into the boat. Matt Downs at Trick Tins, you can follow his YouTube channel. Builds phenomenal, just a master builder, and he is working on building that out for me. When it's done, I'm gonna be pumped. I have rods. Just you gotta see my videos. My rods are just laying out on my boat. I mean, I make it work, but I'd love to have rod lockers. I want internal storage. I want all that done. So we'll see if we get that done here. I'm hoping by late spring it'll be done. So Russell's saying hopefully bank action on the river pick up around the 15th. Yeah, you can't even catch an attitude. That's good, Russell. I like that. Oh, that's good, Russell. That's a good one. Can't even catch an attitude. Yeah, I mean it's a slow time of the year, but you know it's definitely gonna pick up. Definitely gonna pick up. Upper 60s. So James, you got the fish. You got to be moving up in Louisiana. It's getting prime time to get on some big ones in Louisiana, for sure. And I know you don't fish Toledo Bend. That's a little bit bigger than Lucky Fish, but Merval, some of those other lakes you fish, they got to be warming up. They got to get used. It's got to be getting time to get on some big ones down there. Yeah, you got a lot of rain. Yeah, that was interesting. Something that I today when I was out fishing, the lake I fished, Lake Mooney, the closest lake. I fished several lakes, but the one that's closest to my house, it's typically really, really clear. We had a changeover every winter. It gets murky, and usually it's clear by now. But when I got to the back of the creeks, because we had a lot of snow this year, the creeks were pretty murky. I mean, I was throwing a spinnerbait back there in the wind today, and I was like, oh, I can only see about a foot. You know. Brian says transition time. Yep, it is. It will be a couple weeks, and you did say a couple weeks it'll be fire. Yeah, I think I think I'll catch a big one tomorrow. We'll see. Robert says we're in the 40s in PA, waiting for the ice to melt out. So I was up in PA Monday and Tuesday. Most of you know I work for Penn State University for my real job. So I was up at the university this week. It's so daggum cold up there. It's like I'm ready to get back to Virginia. And I was only there for a day and a half, and it's still cold. But it is warming up for sure. Because when I was there earlier in January, it was like way cold. But Robert, I'm sure you'll get on them. Every year you do. So I did mention earlier that looks like we're going to get a new sponsor. It's going to be a clothing line, fishing clothing line, newer company that's coming out. Looking forward to that. Once I get everything finalized, I'll let everybody know. They're going to throw some goodness into it for us. And I think we're just going to add on some additional things into the tournament pool. My contract with Omnia is pretty for fishing stuff. I can only do Omnia, right? Kind of exclusive, but on a clothing line or something like that, they can jump in and add to our tournament. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Definitely looking forward to kicking this off. For those of you who are new, don't have too many folks in here that see new. But if you're new to these tournaments, you will receive an email from me around the 13th of March. And that email on the 13th of March, and I'm going to do another live before then, maybe 2 lives before then, maybe just one more live before then because we're getting close. You'll get an email from me 2 days prior with, your participant code. Your participant code has to be included in your photo, folks. That is gotta have in your photo is that participant code and the basic instructions on how to use your bump board, take the photo, and send it in. So look for that email basically 2 days, 48 hours prior, maybe 36 hours, depending on what time of the day I send it. I try to make it about a day and a half out because I want everybody to have time to make a little stencil or something to put that on their bump board, however you want to do it. So, I've seen some creative things. I've seen people write it on toilet paper. I've seen people dent it into a beer can, on the inside of a can, because they forgot their stencil. Put it on your hand. Matter of fact, Robert Martinez, I think I've seen you put it on your hand, if I'm not mistaken. But I want everybody to get out there and have time to get that participant code there where you have it easily available. James said, I may go to Toledo Bend this year. I've seen 5 or 6 over 10 pounds come out of there in the last week. Oh, scopers. But, James, this time of year, scoping's kind of out. When they get up there shallow, scope don't work. It don't. When they're down there deep, scoping works. But when you get up there in the shallows, right? Man, when you get around those cypress trees, scope ain't worth a flip. That's Gary. I fished with him down in Florida and on the river, and it's like, yeah, scope ain't worth a crap when you're in that stuff in that shallow water. So, yeah, Nate, I've seen you. Yeah, it works. Sharpie on the hand solution. Yeah, I knew Robert was put it on his hand as well. I mean, hey, it works. As long as you got it in there. I've got several emails popping in. Thanks, Mike. I got you. I see your email, and Lupita Martinez. I got you ready to sign up as soon as you'll see an email from me tonight. Let you know you're signed up. So, any outstanding questions? I hope I hope the fishing gets better. I'm sure it will in the next week or two. It always does. For those folks in the Southern Big Bass Tournament, like I said, we'll kick off on the 15th. If you have friends that are thinking about signing up, now's the time. I will be signing folks up until midnight the night of the tournament. I can't recall off the top of my head how many we had last year, but I thought it was over 500. We're going to have probably over 500 this year. I have to go back and look at last year's video of the winner. And just for the winner was from Georgia last year. Marvin London won it. I think he had a 24.5-inch bass, 8 pounds, some odd ounces. Lindia Hedrick was second. And then I can't remember where third place was. Brian, were you third? Maybe it was Virginia that was third place. Virginia or North Carolina? James got a good question here. This is for one bass, but you can send in multiple catches. Yes, James, you can send me 100 catches, and it is for the biggest bass. And just remember, folks, we're paying out top 5 this year. So even if you see a 24-incher in there, and that's a hard one to catch, but I don't care where you live at in the United States. We've, in the 4 years and 20 tournaments that I've done, 4 years and over the 20 tournaments, I think I've seen 2 bass over 24 inches, maybe 3, but I'm pretty sure it's 2. It's 3 because Lindy caught a 9-pound, 13-ouncer last year that was over 24. So 3 bass over 24 inches, and they weren't in the same tournament. That's across 4 years. So a 24-inch bass is a hard one to catch. Seen a lot of 23s, a lot of 22.5, 23, 22 3/4. Usually if you're in the 23s, you're in the top 3. But this year, paying out 5. So get that 22-incher, 22.5, and you're at 21. Make sure you send it in because you might be in the money. James, I know if you're cheating, buddy. And I don't think you will. So that, just for the one big bass. All right, folks. Looks like people are winding down here. I will do one more live before we kick off the tournament. Just primarily for the newer folks. A lot of you guys come in here. We appreciate you. I really do. I enjoy doing this. Like the banter for sure. And once the fish start hitting the boat for these tournaments, it gets a lot funner in here as well. So appreciate you all. And I was looking to see if Nicole came in. I had some info for her, so I'll just send her an email. She didn't come in tonight. But if you have any issues, by the way, if you have any issues signing up for Omnia Pro or something, don't hesitate to reach out to me. It's pretty simple. Just use that discount code if you're going to do that. Again, you don't have to do it. That's just one of our incentives to get more money out to our anglers. So, folks, we'll call it here a few minutes short. Again, probably definitely will have one more live. Let's see. Let me look at my calendar. Not next Wednesday, but the 12th before we kick off on the 15th. I may do another live next week. Just keep your eyes out. I'll send out an advertisement. Trying to get some fishing content out since I haven't got to do that much fishing because of the ice. But definitely will have one more live for everybody. Appreciate you all. If you have any questions any other time or concerns, don't hesitate to email me. You guys all know my email. A lot of you got my phone number. Text me, whatever you need. So talk to you soon. Catch some big fish and tie lines.